Why is your baby fighting sleep all of a sudden? Hi, I'm Nikki, pediatric sleep consultant and one of the founders of Little Ones. So there are a couple of reasons that this might be happening. The first is that their sleep needs have simply changed. And I think the trap a lot of people fall into is they don't quite realize how often a baby's sleep needs do change, and they don't quite know what it's changing to. So education around your little one's sleep and what it should look like at every age and stage is really important so you can stay on top of what those changes are and when they happen. So if your little one has outgrown their current sleep pattern, and that would be outgrown their current awake windows and their nap schedule, then they're suddenly going to start fighting sleep. And that's likely because they're not tired enough to go to sleep because they're still having too much day sleep, or they're still having awake windows that are too short for their age. So have a look at your little one's sleep routine because it might need some tweaking. The second reason that your little one's sleep could suddenly get worse is that they're going through a developmental leap or a sleep regression. And these happen pretty often throughout the first few years of your little one's life. And some sleep regressions, for example, are relatively permanent changes in your little one's sleep. Some are temporary blips. There are developmental changes that happen across this time, things like your little one learning to sit, learning to stand, starting to talk, learning to crawl. All of these things do have an impact on their sleep. So once again, it's really important to educate yourself on what is going on for your little one at that age. If you'd like some help with that, we have everything covered: sleep schedules, developmental changes, sleep regressions, nap transitions, you name it, in our app. So you can visit us at littleones.co and get started straight away in figuring out why your little one's sleep has suddenly got worse. The last, possibly least common reason that your little one's sleep has suddenly gotten worse is that they are sick, or they're getting sick. You'll appreciate that babies and young toddlers can't tell you that they have a sore throat or a sore tummy. And so I know with my own children, that was often the only way I would start to figure out that something was going on and maybe they were getting sick, is because their sleep would suddenly take a hit. And then sure enough, there was an ear infection or they had a bit of an upset tummy. So if you can rule out those other factors for your little one's sleep suddenly getting worse, then perhaps have a look at something going on with their health. Hope that helps you to figure out why your little one has suddenly started fighting sleep. I'll talk to you soon.